Yo, I have developed a problem, I suppose. When I crack my knuckles, I just it just kinda hurts now. Specifically my left middle finger, and I don't really know why. It's just like, my skin won't stretch, is this like a very specific problem? I don't know if it is. But it happens. It's a thing. I don't know if it's just a consequence of me having on, like, work gloves, like, a solid 8 hours of, like, every single day. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Who really knows? Anyhow, it is Friday. Still, can't really get over the fact that Silksong is gonna be out in like 2 weeks. That's a bit much to take in right there, especially because I need to remind you guys that I am like 267 days behind schedule in terms of these Hollow Knight runs, so I don't really know what's the strat gonna be. The strat that I'm working on for tonight. God, this is loud. The strat that I'm working on for tonight is just like getting like insanely drunk, and yapping my ass off while dying like at least like 30 times, to these fucking guys, to like fucking Vengefly Kings and Gross Mother. That's like my goal. That is my life goal for tonight. It's crazy because I usually am like not, wouldn't call myself, okay, holy shit, I guess it's already kicking in. I am like, what am I'm 4 beers in. I'm on my 4th beer, and I'm already like pretty drunk. It's only like fucking 6 p.m. But the thing is, I haven't eaten fucking anything today. I've eaten like some, I don't know, some bread early, fucking very early this morning, because I, again, wake up at 5, go to work, at 6. So, that's pretty freaking early compared to everything else, and dinner last night wasn't really all too nourishing either, so I'm already like way too drunk. I wouldn't call myself like a heavyweight, but not a lightweight, at least. So, what the fuck is going on? I don't know. This is like a foreign feeling to me, and I don't really know what to do about it. I don't know if it should do anything about it. This is clearly working in my favor. I'm already on run number 2. I'm so good. I'm doing so great. Beer break. Holy shit, beer break is a word that just rolls off the tongue. I should do beer breaks more often. Anyhow, today at work was really boring. I just kind of yapped to myself, to my inner self, for like the entire, not 8 hours, 7 hours, because it is Friday, about like, from One Piece, who, like, ranking my favorite admirals, like from best to worst, and I spent basically the entire day doing that. So, work has been pretty fucking boring, but I mean, I guess I got through it, mentally pretty quickly. I don't know, there are very varying variety of days. That is a tongue twister and a half right there. Because there are a lot of like different, I remember a certain day where I was really fucking, it was bad. It was horribly bad. Like 1 hour went by like a fucking, like, felt like a year. And it was horrible, and it was only like the last 2 hours. That's kind of the problem, is the last couple hours is fucking horrible. They do not register in your mind. They just they slug on by like the Bleach meme. I guess it's not really a meme. I've seen Bleach. It's not a fucking meme. It is like, okay. For those who do not know what the fuck I'm talking about, which means all of you because I'm bad at describing this. What's the guy called? I want to say Mirio, but that is not the fucking guy's name. The scientist guy who utters about like he wants to achieve perfection. Fighting the other scientist guy who says that, you know, perfection is meaningless. By the way, fucking peak-ass speech from Bleach. I did not expect Bleach to be that peak when I first picked it up, but oh my god, Bleach is so good. It's been a while since I watched/read Bleach. You know, some of the fights are a bit really fucking boring, to be fair, because it's just like a bunch of, you know, classic shonen filler fights like, oh, this, like, captain of the number 3 squad fights the number 3, what are they called, Arankar? I feel like that, Espada. Like, classic shonen shit like that, and it's kind of just, you know, boring filler leading up to the main fight that is our main character versus the main bad guy, you know? Like, kind of flippin' freaking boring, but it is what it is. That's not one of the fights I'm talking about though. It's just a kind of regular ass fight. They're invading the Aizen's palace. Fuck, it's been so long. I can't remember any names or like I don't know. I guess the like the events that happen in what order. Like, I don't know. It's been a while. I also didn't finish it. I think a lot of it feels like such a fever dream. Not even because I'm drunk. I've thought about this before. It feels like such a fever dream because a lot of it, even though I read the manga, I transitioned over to reading the manga when I hit those fights, you know, I talked about earlier. But even then, it feels like such a filler arc. Basically the only thing I can remember from it is that they are in some sort of dollhouse to do some training, but then that turns into, you know, a whole ass like villain arc for somebody that we expected to be a good guy, but then he was a bad guy, but then he was actually a good guy, I think, maybe. I don't know. It's a lot of shit just to like kind of prolong the series, and just, you know, even more so hype up our main character to be this ultimate fucking being, and like, you know, he has real main character energy. Why did this suddenly become just yapping about Bleach? I do not remember. Anywho, beer break. Let's talk about another anime that I've actually watched recently. And by recently, I mean like basically a couple minutes ago. It is Case Closed, fucking Detective Conan, which is, again, I think I've talked about it before, but it's just like a slice of life-ish type anime that is just about a detective guy doing detective shit. But like lore has happened to him that I'll probably get into, but you know, for now, all you need to know is high school guy gets turned into a little child, and can no longer be this like prodigy detective that he is, and has to like, you know, because he's a fucking child, nobody takes him seriously. So his main shtick, it seems, I just watched episode 6, it seems. Goddamn, that was, I don't know if I actually lose health by standing there, but luckily I didn't. It seems like his shtick is just to like manipulate his voice. Like, he has this like detective device because he's friends with some sort of mad scientist. He has this like all these detective gadgets, you know, Inspector Gadget gadgets looking as things. One of them is to change his voice, and this is, you know, again, 6 episodes in, 2 of which are him transforming into a child. So, out of 4 episodes of them just, like, solving crimes and, you know, doing random shit, 2 times out of those 4 times, he has used the trick of knocking out the real detective guy, who is just like a deadbeat dad of some sort. Not a deadbeat dad, but he's the dad of one of the main characters, and he is fucking useless, absolutely useless. But you know, he gets useful because everybody else perceives him as this big shot detective guy, especially more and more so because this brilliant main character guy is just using him to solve the crimes. But you know, the kid himself is not getting any credit for it. It's this dad guy who is getting all the credit, and they use the exact same setup. Is essentially what I'm trying to get to. God damn, I got bamboozled by that one. They use the exact same setup with like kid main character knocking him out with like, I don't fucking know, some sort of sleeping gas or something. He sits down menacingly on the couch, you know, of course asleep, but the other guys don't notice that. They just see him sitting menacingly in a couch, and you know, with their with his voice changing device, he deduces everything that happened, you know, fucking Death Note style. I guess Death Note stole from these guys. I don't actually know how old Death Note is, the manga. I just know that Obama, fin there. I just know that this series is hella old. I mean, for Christ's sakes, it's been, I'm looking at it right now, 1,171 episodes. And probably a bunch of like spin-off movies and, you know, OVAs and stuff. It is crazy how long this has been going on for. That's not the point though. The point is they're just using the exact same setup every single time, and you know, at some fucking point I hope he's just gonna get found out that like, oh, this fucker is just like asleep on the couch and doing nothing. He's just knocked out and taking all the credits for this little kid's accomplishments. Not to mention, none of them know that this kid is actually like, has been transformed into a little kid. Like, he's actually like some sort of, he's a high school student with astounding talent in detective work. I think I've done this bit before, but I can do it again. I'm just reading off the did I already lose 3 hearts? 3 of my blood hearts? Damn, I am completely autopiloting this. I am surprised I got this far. I don't know, I feel like I am relatively buzzed, but I don't know if I am. Maybe I'm just like, maybe I'm just goated. Maybe I'm just goated with the sauce. Anyway, beer break. Ah, yummers. So, yeah, that's what I've been watching. It's just this episode was about some sort of a Valentine's gift that basically the main character had this love interest before he got turned into a little kid by some magical, mysterious drug. And you know, they don't really know where the real him is, because he's not gonna reveal himself to be like a little fucking child, because nobody is gonna fucking believe him. And introducing like basically sorcery into this fucking world, I don't really know how that's gonna feel. They're probably gonna do it at some point. There's probably gonna be like a whole ass arc about like, what is this mystery drug that has turned, just like, I guess just reverse. I don't know if it's actually like just reversed his age, or like given him a whole new body. Which actually, if it just reversed his age, why does nobody? Oh, goddamn, my bad. Fuck. Why does nobody recognize him? Like, if he's just supposed to be like himself, but like 10 years ago or something. Ugh. Why does nobody recognize him? Holy fuck, I am foul. I don't know why nobody recognizes him. I suppose it's just a funny gimmick, funny quirk. Again, I'm not supposed to think so clearly about all of it. I'm not. What am I even trying to say? Holy shit. Schizo is hitting me. Anyhow, I'm still trying to desperately, like, this series is kind of just my making up, you know, for the fact that I don't really practice my Japanese daily fucking Anki cards that I'm supposed to, because I don't know, I have job, I have yeah, that's about it. I have job to do. So like the main shtick is just like, yeah, I can practice some. Fuck it, we're doing another one. We have runs to catch up on. Bam, 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 bam. Beer break. So like, what's I was about to just grab onto a stick. I don't have any idea where I'm going with this. I forgot completely where I was going. This episode I just watched was about like Valentine's gifts, and basically this guy, before he was like, you know, he was a normal ass high school guy, and he had this like romance going on with this girl, and you know, he's still in her life, but she doesn't know that. She thinks that he is just on some random mission that is, you know, top secret, and sure, that works for an arc or two, but eventually they're gonna have to tackle it because they have mentioned it. Like, they're not just gonna forget about this guy, right? Right? I hope so. This story is over 1,000 episodes long. I desperately hope so. But I don't know if they are ever gonna change, because, you know, being the man that I am, being the cultured guy that I am, I have of course been to Japan. And you know, the thing we saw, that was kind of how I was introduced to it. Like, yeah, I've heard it before, I've seen like pictures and stuff before. But the main reason I got into this was because me and bro, while we were in Japan, we watched like a couple episodes of this because of the promo they had with Japanese McDonald's. They had this really shitty burger that was tied to this show. Like, it was basically just a normal ass like Japan Macca's burger, which, you know, fucking McDonald's in Japan is actually kind of cracked. It is so cheap and so much better than here in good old reliable fucking Denmark. Yuck. Ew. So, holy fuck, I'm gonna sound so schizophrenic right now. Well, beer break. A good time to chuck some more alcohol. So, yeah, it's basically this really kind of ass burger with just like instead of lettuce, it is it's fucking like a cabbage. So cabbage, lettuce, cabbage, is it? Yeah, I think I'm right. That is, me think is enough for me to convince that I am right. So that was kind of how I was introduced to it. We watched a couple episodes just like while we were also pretty drunk in Japan, just sitting in our van, just kind of, I don't know, goofing about, not really knowing what to do. So we popped a couple episodes of a case closed. And that was also kind of goofy because we only got like the introduction. We didn't actually get the full like experience, I suppose. We got the introduction where he was transformed into a little kid. Where was I going with this? I don't even remember. I think something about the the episode I watched, which you have been waiting in excitement to hear about, of course. Is this my third run? This is my third run, yeah. This is the third time I'm seeing... Again, this is the second time I'm seeing Hornet, is what I'm trying to get at. What I'm really trying to get at, though, is the fucking episode I watched, which was about fucking, like, Valentine's Day, which you've already heard me say. But essentially, at some point during this, I don't know, they just have, like, a Valentine's Day meetup, which is pretty goofy. And they, like, I don't know if I want to call it bake, but they, like, they melt some chocolate into some forms for each other, for their, like, crushes, you know. And of course this love interest, having no idea where the main character is, even though he is, like, right beside her at all times, is just gonna go to some random party, because, why the fuck not? I don't know. Don't ask me, don't add me. That happens, and somebody fucking dies. This douchebag-ass guy just kinda dies, seemingly out of nowhere. And my first thought was like, oh, that guy just kinda gave him a cigarette, and just kinda, he afterwards, he just died. So it was pretty obvious, for me at least, that this guy was poisoned by this other guy. And yeah, he was. Am I gonna do another run? I have runs to catch up on. I might as well yap about nothingness for the entire time. I forget what I was talking about. Beer break. Wow. That was not the sound they were making. My bad. After they go to this fucking party, again, somebody fucking dies. And I don't know, I'm beginning to have, like, higher and higher expectations of this show, because it keeps, like, subverting me. That was horrible. Because this show has never failed to actually genuinely, like, surprise me with the, you know, the solution to the problem. It's basically like watching a Sherlock Holmes show, or episode, like, you know, figuring out for yourself what, like, what the situation is going to be, even though, like, in the show you are in the situation as it happens, so it's kind of easy to see, like, what's going on. But anyway, they have this thing going on. Guy feeds other guy a cigarette, and, you know, he basically admits to poisoning this fucking cigarette, but nothing happens to the guy, because it was actually not him that killed the other, the dead guy. Because guess what? His own mother, holy shit, his own mother was behind the thing. Am I gonna do another run? Am I that petty that I will do yet another run? I am very far behind on runs. Excuse me, yet another beer break. I'm almost done with my beer. There you go. Dunzo. I keep forgetting what I'm talking about. Fuck. Shit. I sound so schizo right now. Anywho, the show keeps on, like, subverting my expectations. So it wasn't actually the guy with the cigarette. It, like, even though he confessed that, yeah, there was poison in the cigarette, I meant to kill him. And I'm kinda actually happy that he did fucking die. But I guess it's not my fault, so everything I did was purely, like, coincidental. This was not my doing. I meant nothing wrong. Haha, funny prank, you know, type shit. Pretty goofy. Pretty funny, but pretty goofy also. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Because the actual killer was the guy's mom, who was apparently, like, adoptive mom or something. And instead of like, instead of what? What was I trying to get to here? I do not know. God, this is working perfectly. Like the thing I described at the very start of the video, that I was just gonna die to these guys over and over again, it's actually working. I am doing that exact thing. The guy's mom killed him with some sort of like actually pretty clever scheme of like serving all the guests some like the poison through some like coffee or like hot chocolate or something, and then feeding them the antidote through sweets. But because, you know, she knows her son, she knows that he does not fuck with sweets like that. So he says hell nah to the cake that is served, and he does not get the antidote. So basically he's the only one affected by the poison, which is like, yeah, I guess you could deduce that, but like, how the fuck are you? How are you gonna? I don't know. That's kind of the thing. I'm really riding the. This show is really riding the thin line between what is like bullshit deductions that don't really make sense and like, yeah, I guess all the pieces were there. But like, not really. You had to pay really close attention. Because I did notice when he fell down, like he went outside to smoke the ciggy, you know, and that was basically what triggered everybody thinking the ciggy was the, either the ciggy or the chocolate. He got some chocolate too that he ate also, but you know, the ciggy was kind of like the obvious catalyst there. But when he fell down, I did notice that the cigarette, the fucking, what is it called? The filter of the cigarette was removed, and I thought that was kind of goofy, but I didn't think anything of it. But clearly I should have, because that was like the solution to clearing. You know, it's basically like, you know, 1,000 different games of Among Us is what I'm seeing this as. So I guess that's like, that's kind of fine. I don't have anything against it, and of course this is also like a, I don't know. I don't know if I want to say a kids show, because a lot of people are dying, you know. But the main character is, you know, as of right now at least, is a whole ass child, and I believe he is so for the remainder of the series. But like, what was I trying to say? Fuck, I forget. Oh well, I guess we will never know. I really just did forget. I blanked out. I spaced out way too hard. Anyway, here we are again, Gorb. How will I... Damn, it actually happened again. What? I need to know if there is a limit to how long... I'm just not gonna attack the guy. I need to know if there's a limit to how long you can keep this thing going. Just to know, like, for sure. Okay, this is most definitely longer than I just held it before. The fucking nail arts do not have a limit. It's just my controller messing me up hard. And Gorb apparently messing me up hard. God, I hate Gorb. I have a lot of things personally against Gorb. But I guess I wouldn't mind dying. I'm pretty hungry. I gotta get something in me gullet. And by something I mean, of course, even more beer, so I can later tonight do like 10 runs instead of 5 runs only. So, yeah. I guess that is about all that I've done today. I've doom-scrolled. Nothing important. War Thunder. I guess the biggest thing is that I saw a video of the official Pokemon art, not art, official Pokemon video, I guess, of like a haunted house. Like it zooms into like a haunted house, like POV a haunted house, you know, exploring and trying to figure out like what has caused this like poisonous like haunted house. But it's just like a trainer training with his big, fat, very ugly Mega Victreebel. So I guess Victreebel has a Mega Evolution now? It looks really fucking ugly. And I saw in the comments some sort of what's called South Park meme. With this this one guy bouncing on his humongous balls, which was pretty funny because it was very accurate. I don't know if you're gonna look up Mega Victreebel, even if I tell you to do so, but just trust me, the guy is fat as hell. The guy is very pear-shaped. Let's just put it like that. And even so, there are a lot of other Pokemon who deserve Mega Evolutions. I feel like one we've begged for a long time is... That actually reminded me, fucking Dragonite. Mega Dragonite was robbed so hard. He looks so awful too. Like, Mega Evolutions when they first came out was... Mega Evolutions when they first came out was so cool. It was just kind of like alternate forms, like, fan art, essentially. But it was like canon fan art. Type beat type shit. I like a lot of fucking, my bad. I love a lot of Mega Evolutions, but a lot of them are also kind of goofy, especially the newer ones. Dragonite was really robbed. With his, like, head wings or whatever the fuck. It's really ugly. I cannot even describe it other than just head wings. Take that as you may. But this fucking Victreebel is on another fucking level. But what I was getting at, is that a lot of other Pokemon are deserving, way more deserving of a Mega Evolution than just like fucking Victreebel. What is Victreebel doing with a Mega Evolution? Why not give it to my boy Flygon instead? Flygon has been needing a Mega Evolution since Mega Evolutions came out. Like, what are we doing here? I don't know what... I fucking give up. That was awful. That was... I'm genuinely disappointed in myself. I know I'm drunk, but I'm genuinely disappointed in myself. Damn. Big yikes. Big yikes. Huge yikes. Anyway, I guess we're gonna continue the streak. This is a good way to get runs just like out of the way. So yeah, I guess I'll see you later tonight when I have some fucking something else to yap about for half an hour to an hour. God, my mouse is just rotated 90 degrees. Crazy. Anywho, bye gang. Love ya.